Okay.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hello.
It's time for another video.
This is Yoshi.
Yes, this is Yoshi. This is Mia. We wanted to talk about differences
Yes.
we experience.
Yes.
As
Ooh.
most of you know, I am in Japan right
Are
now. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Surprise! I'm in Japan. I'm here on a working holiday visa because of this guy.
Yeah.
And
I was in Denmark for studying abroad for 1 year.
yep.
Yes.
So obviously, he experienced things in Denmark, I experienced things here, and we are gonna communicate them.
Yes.
Communicate them. Talk about them.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, the first one is communicating.
Yes. Communicating.
I do not speak Japanese. I made a tiny effort to learn some, but it's really hard. I don't attend any language schools. I have a textbook for learning that is not really helping me because I'm not reading it. So I don't speak Japanese at all, and usually I drag him with me when I go somewhere, but I do go to the grocery store alone or the 7-Eleven. I take the train, go to work. At work I have lunch, I need to go to restaurants often by myself, and I find it hard often. Sometimes there are Japanese people, case in point, that speak English. Some speak it very well, some speak it very brokenly, but it seems like a lot of the people who does speak a little English are not sure enough to use it. So often, like at a convenience store, they will ask me, like, do I want my food heated? They will ask me in Japanese. Now I know, because I've been told what it means, and now I know just to say yes. But in the beginning I would ask what? In English. They will look at me, I'm clearly not Japanese, and they would just repeat themselves louder in Japanese.
And slower.
Slower, usually, yeah. But they would just repeat themselves in Japanese, and I have that happen a lot. At restaurants too, they will just ask me things in Japanese, and the more I don't understand, the more they will just like point at the menu to see what I want. So I feel like it's hard to communicate with Japanese people using English in general. So I rely heavily on, like, if I'm lost at the train station, I will have like a screenshot of where I need to go, and I will point, like, I need to go here, how do I get here? And I'll like point upstairs or this direction or something. So I need to learn Japanese for sure, because communicating in English is not working out that well for me.
Nope.
Your family too. He's the constant translator.
They're cute though.
They're very cute, and for some reason they like me, even though I can't talk to them, I think. But yeah, how was Denmark?
It was easy, as you can tell. Well, it's because I was studying abroad, you know. But I was hanging out with a lot of foreigners, like people from other parts of Europe and stuff like that. People like them. But the second semester, I was with Danish people more often because, a lot of them went home. I was alone. I had to find new friends. But yeah, it was basically the classes went in English and stuff like that, so it wasn't that hard for me. And everyone speaks almost perfect English in Denmark, and they don't have a strong accent, so it was easier for me to understand what they were saying. And when I went to the supermarket, I could just ask them, like, what? Sorry, I don't speak Danish. And they switched to English and spoke pretty good English. So it was easier.
Yep.
But I think some of my Japanese friends there, they had a hard time because they had a strong accent. And especially, when you talk with non-English speakers, like if English isn't their native tongue, native language, and it's really hard for them to understand each other, and it's sometimes it's the case for me too. You know, it's pretty hard to understand what they're saying if they have a really strong accent. But yeah, I was like that, I think. But she speaks perfect English, and she always pointing out if I'm using wrong English, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna do the same for her in Japanese. No, that's not right. Blah blah blah. It was fine in Denmark.
Denmark is easier.
Yeah.
When it comes to that. Okay. Getting around on your own.
In Denmark?
In Denmark.
In Denmark, it was fucking fun. It was really easy, you know. It was just I had my bike. I was super Danish after getting a bike. The first couple of weeks or something, I didn't have my bike, so I had to walk around and I had to take bus and stuff. But once I got my bike, I was excited first. Then it was getting colder and colder day by day, and I put on my jacket and stuff, but it was still cold, so I liked the bus better than Denmark.
How was it using the bus?
The
bus is in Danish.
It's easy. You just need to my mentor, like caretaker. She took me to the bus stop, and she got on the bus with me, and she told me like which ticket to buy, and this one is that, and da da da. So I stick to that, and it was just, you know, get in, insert coin, push, and buy ticket, and that's it. And it was easy, and it says like there's this stuff, blah blah blah, but it wasn't that hard, you know. Next stop, and once you understand it, it's not hard, and
it was easy enough to figure out
yeah,
how to get where you needed to go.
Yeah, you just need to remember which line you get on, otherwise you'll be lost. And you can use data, so you know if you're going the wrong way, you're like, oops. You just need to get off, and once you get a ticket, you can use it for 3 hours or something. Like you can just get on and get off.
2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, within a certain area. So it was pretty cool.
In Japan, I think I used Google Maps because I have data. I can get around using that, and I have like the train app that lets me know like which train to get on from what platform at what time and where to transfer, and it tells me everything. So in that way it's easy, but some of the bigger stations are hell.
Yes.
Getting around on the bigger train stations and getting from one platform to another, it's no.
Yeah.
I almost like got lost and didn't make it to work on time because I got lost in the train station. A couple of times actually. Getting out of the train station can also be difficult, apparently.
Yeah. Especially
You're stuck in the middle and you're just like, what's the exit?
Yeah.
There's no exit.
You should experience the Shinjuku station.
I did. I got lost there.
Right. Yeah.
If I did not have Google Maps, or any kind of like map app, I would not be able to find my way around that easily. The trains, they like talk in English too. They say everything in Japanese and then they repeat it in English. And the stations, it says like the Japanese name, the kanji name, Chinese character name. Then they have usually like the pronunciation too, both in Western language or Western characters and Japanese. So you can like read it 3 different ways. So I can for sure tell where I am. So I need to get around using the apps when I walk. And I need the train app to get anywhere by train. Because sometimes it's a rapid train and then it just goes right past my stop. And I'm like, oh shit. But the trains are pretty convenient and easy once you find the right cheap and cheap-ish. What about food?
Maybe you start first.
Maybe I start first. Japanese food is, for the most part, amazing.
Sometimes weird.
Sometimes weird, but usually it tastes good, all of it. So I think my main problem is some places are very nice. They have like pictures of the menus, like so it says what it is in Japanese, but then there's a picture so I can kind of like see, oh, it's something with meat. And I know some Chinese characters, so I can like see, oh, it's pork. Like I can kind of like read sometimes that, no, it's pork, it's beef, it's like, you know, like that. But if I couldn't, I would not. I actually messed up at the grocery store. I accidentally bought lamb meat instead of pork.
Yeah.
I didn't know. So that part is kind of confusing, but for me it's a little easier. I think I have a little cheat sheet by knowing Chinese. So that's nice. But if they don't, like a lot of isekais, if we go there, if I don't have you, I'm just lost, because sometimes it's just like a handwritten laminated paper. And it says something in Japanese and a price. And I'm just like, sometimes they misunderstand you anyway. Like yesterday at work, I went to a place to eat, and there was it was some kind of like fried fish dish. And I pointed at it, and I said, I want this. And the guy asked me in Japanese, he was like pointing at 2 different sizes, and I just said the small one. I was like, oh, okay. And he brought me my food, and he brought me something with pork. So I was like, okay. And it was a different price than the one at the pictured with the one I wanted. So apparently he completely misunderstood what I wanted to buy, even though I pointed. So the food itself is usually really good. I'm usually not scared, so even when I get the wrong dish, I eat it because it's good. But the trouble with food in Japan is understanding what you're eating and communicating what you want. But I think it's usually really good, yeah.
My turn?
Your turn.
Oh, first of all, Japanese food is way better than Danish one.
So you say.
Oh, you know, just imagine that you walk into 7-Eleven here and find a bunch of really, really good food for cheap price. You have to agree that. Yes.
Yes.
In Denmark, if you walk in a 7-Eleven, you see dry, weird pizza or like super weird tasted cold pasta for what, 20 krona or 30 krona. I was like, this is garbage. I had to eat it, and you know, it's like here when you're hungry and you don't wanna, let's say, you don't wanna cook and you don't have anything in your fridge. You go down there, I mean, convenience stores here, like everywhere. You just walk.
We have 2 within like 2 minutes walk.
Yeah, and that's like kind of rare. We have more than 2 usually, but so here, you know, you just go down there, buy something. It's still like, let's say, for everything that you buy, like food and maybe drink and candy, snack.
Usually it's like 500-600 yen.
Yeah. But there.
But you get more, and it's better.
Way better. Way better. Yes.
In Japan, they have like this entire section where there's several different noodles, like udon noodles or soba noodles, with different, like, you can get them where you dip them in some kind of sauce, or you can get them with like meat or chicken or whatever. You can get them cold, you can get them hot. And there's another section, and there's like, what are they called? Like those other dishes.
Other dishes. Like a bowl.
Yeah, like a bowl of stuff. I mean, there's like rice dishes, and there's sandwiches, and there's the rice balls, and like this
burritos.
burritos. There's a whole other like frozen section of like frozen pasta that is cheap and
decent.
it's like a meal size, I would say, for like 200 yen. It's like 12 krona for a meal. And we don't really do that in Denmark. Like, okay, here's a hot dog. You have more options.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. But also
And healthier options.
when I was studying abroad, I was eating at the cafe at university sometimes. And then they always have a kind of same meal, like same
Like the
food.
sandwiches.
Yeah, and stuff. It wasn't that expensive, but it was not good, also. And they have like apple, banana, and stuff, just plain banana. That's good, but you know, we need to eat an actual lunch, but they're not really good, and they're so expensive. And just a big ass sandwich is still 20 krona, 25
Yeah, I think
or something.
more. Probably more.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
good thing about Danish food culture, though, is our fruit is way
Oh,
cheaper.
yeah. It's
Fruit in
way cheaper.
Japan is like ridiculously expensive.
But we have better quality. I
Yeah,
would
but
say.
I saw a watermelon for 4,000 yen. A watermelon for 4,000 yen. You pay, like, if I pay, let's say 30 krona in Denmark, I'm like, holy Jesus, I spent a lot of money.
Yeah, melon is expensive. Oh, basically. all the
Everything is
fruits.
expensive. We didn't buy peach yesterday because it was
That is
expensive. You said,
expensive, yeah.
I was like, oh, should we buy peach? Like, no, it's expensive.
Yeah, it was like one for 300 yen
Yeah.
or 400 yen. But whenever I go to grocery shopping in Denmark, it was not too hard. You know, you see vegetables that you have in Japan too. But sometimes, for me, it was really hard to cook, just in general, because I didn't have a lot of ingredients. I had to go to Asian market, and they didn't have a lot of things from Japan, so I had to find the alternatives and stuff like that. But usually, you know, it's kind of hard to cook by myself. If I tried to make some Western food, I think that would be easy. But you know, I wanted to eat some Japanese food too. So, and that's the only things I knew. And a pasta, of course. It was so sad though, you know, I was cooking alone in the kitchen at the dorm, and everyone came and they were asking like, what is it? And I was like, I don't know, it's a pasta. And they're like, okay, cool.
Whatever he says, he will claim that he thinks Danish food is really boring.
Yes.
He will be really offensive about it. But whenever he's eaten, like if I cook for him, or if my parents cook for him, my grandparents, he would eat so much that he would like need to lie down afterwards.
No, they're good. But at the same time, in that like, the daily basis, kind of sad eating potatoes.
We don't eat, but he has a twisted idea of the Danish cuisine.
But you
No.
eat potatoes every day. Kind of. No. Yes, and the bacon.
Bacon?
Bacon.
No.
Potatoes.
No.
Pasta.
No.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.